to the first episode of I Broke Skyrim. It's not actually the title, but it's basically what it is I Broke Skyrim. And I was already planning on canceling the series anyways and replacing it with a new Skyrim series. So, just so that you guys know, um, I did I did break Skyrim, and my Skyrim playthrough is canceled as of episode 5.5. So, you know, it is what it is. But that does not mean that Skyrim is gone. I may end up doing a playthrough in the very, very, very near future. Uh, just a little miniature playthrough would probably be a first person uh, voiced uh, roleplay playthrough, but that's going to have to happen after I finish fixing Skyrim, which, as you guys can probably imagine, is going to take some time because, I mean, look at this. This is my list of plugins, and I don't know why they're orange. That could possibly be bad. But I have a lot of plugins that are in here, and basically what I did is I started to cause a lot of crashes because my load order isn't um, good, and um, well, things just got a little messy, and yeah, so now I don't know why it's orange. Probably gonna have to look that up, but I don't know. But anyways, basically what we're doing today. First of all, I downloaded some graphical overhauls, a few ENBs, and the goal with them was to fix my frame rate, but not make the game look worse, so that I could fix my frame rate, I could have farther render distance, all that good stuff. And as you can see right here, visuals. Okay, so I had configure lights, no shadows, configure lights, no shadows. That's just two parts of the same mod. Enhance blood textures. That one actually does make my frame rate a little bit worse when there is blood, but it is better in the end. And to be honest, I'm very picky whenever it comes to watching a playthrough. To be honest, I wouldn't have watched my playthrough that I did because the graphics were too poor. I hate to say that, but everyone is going to be more harsh on their own work than anyone else would. But then on top of that, I added, uh, no, this is new, and I added shadows remover. That's part of the colorful lights, and it's not even showing in here. But I also added something else. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like roost or something, and it didn't make my frame rates worse than they were originally. It didn't make my render distance worse than it was originally, but it did make, or it didn't fix my frame rates at all. And it also went through and undid my colorful lights, my no shadows, my any kind of visual enhancements that I added in. And so yeah, basically that's what that is. And then this here, this is something that will always remain on any Skyrim profile that I maintain, but it will only be used for testing mods. And anything that I use it for, will that save will be deleted, so that whenever I get done testing the mod, I know, okay, it works. Everything went in. It's all working properly. Nothing's conflicting with something else. All right, now let's delete this save because I don't want all these items that I didn't gain legitimately. Uh, but yeah, after that, you know, it's just a matter of finding the mods that aren't working and replacing them or removing them or whatever. And then another issue that I had was I downloaded way too many NPC modifiers. I have more NPCs, OBS, populated Skyrim, and then I had something else. It was like dynamic bandits or something like that. But basically, what happened was whenever populated Skyrim, OBS, and then the other NPC mod that I had played together with deadly dragons and deadly uh, creatures, and then uh, let's see what category is deadly dragons. Oh, and I'm not sure where the other one is, but there was like 8 different mods playing together that were modifying what spawns in the world that's hostile. And they were modifying its strength, its weaknesses, how many there are, something like that. And you're probably going to see me walking into this whenever I do my first test, because hopefully I fixed it, but I highly doubt I did. But basically, whenever I load in, there's going to be 2 dragons that are going to be ethereal dragons, and I can't kill them. I can't do damage to them. I can't touch them. I've fucking spawned in fucking the ultimate weapons. I have maxed out, a bunch of my stats. I've increased my player skill or my player level all the way up to 60 something. They will not take damage. I don't know, maybe it's because whenever they land they're in their ethereal state or something. I really don't know. But I just can't damage them, and the guards can't damage them either. So I know it's not me, it's something that's going on. Too many things playing together, and they're not playing nicely. But anyways, basically, what we're going to do for the first part of this episode is we're going to work on trying to fix all of this stuff, and then once we can figure out how to fix the NPCs and the other spawn-ins that are uh, not working properly and therefore they won't die, um, then we'll go through and we will start adding a little bit more to it that I want to add, because I've gotten rid of I need. I didn't like the way that worked at all, and I realized that there's a couple of quests that I need conflicts with, because the only way to uh, cure a disease now is to go to a priest, which means the potion of cure disease no longer exists, and it was replaced with potion of cure sanguis vampiris. And there's a few quests where NPCs will ask you for a potion of cure disease, and once you activate that mod, there's no way to turn it off. So I can't go through and fix that. And even though I turned off the deadly diseases part of it, it still did not change how diseases could be fixed. So that was a serious problem for me. Um, but I do want to replace that with uh, realistic needs and diseases. And since my current setup and my current playstyle is very, very much so looking a lot like a Frostfall playthrough, I'm probably going to add in Frostfall as well. Um, I don't really like the idea of being able to be killed in water because I'm too cold or too wet, but I'm sure I can play around with it a little bit. But anyways, we are going to switch the scene here in a minute and switch over to Skyrim so that I can start up Skyrim and see how well we're doing now. But before we do that, I just want to make sure that you guys know that, one, I have hiccups. Sorry about that. I always have hiccups though, so I'm sure you're used to it by now if you've been watching me at all. But there will be times that I will switch the scene over to Skyrim whenever I'm actually not whenever I actually don't have Skyrim open and I'm on monitor capture, um, like I should be capturing the monitor, and it'll look like this. You'll be able to hear my voice, but you won't be able to see what's going on the screen, because on my monitor, I'm, you know, I've got a few pages open. There's Nexus, and with Nexus, there is one thing that you can get that you cannot get on Steam. I'm personally not interested in it at all, but there are a lot of mods that won't show up unless you enable it to show up in the into the search filters, and that is the ability to show adult content. Because I have yet to find a single follower mod that doesn't have adult content in it, because I don't know, I guess there's just too many pervy people playing Skyrim or something. And if that's your thing, hey, that's great. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm married, and my wife is the only woman that I care to see naked, so I don't need to look at animated women naked in Skyrim. Just don't. So, um, also, I probably screwed up a little bit of the playthrough as it is, because I did remove the Tesseract Home. I really liked it, but it's not going to fit with my playthrough. So I didn't completely delete it and unsubscribe and all that, but I did uncheck the plugin so that it's not going to show up in the game. And I don't know what happened to my items, so, you know. And then another thing is, whenever I am on mod capture or on monitor capture, the sound is turned off. That is because on Nexus, again, there are some things that I don't want to show. And hang on, I'm having problems with this computer. Okay. Now, hopefully that will go away. But sometimes it just completely ends my internet browser, and then nothing shows up in the history as far as what I was doing, so I can't pull it up through the history. And some of these mods are really hard to find. Like this one, I had to go to a YouTube video that showcased it in order to look it up, um, by clicking on the link that they put in the description. And I really need to start doing that, but to be honest with you guys, I'm just too lazy. Go away. You know what? We're just going to do this. My uncle will hopefully be fixing this computer, but this computer will actually be being we will be retiring this computer to just screwing around like Facebook and stuff like that, because we will be getting a desktop here very, very, very soon. And that is the reason why, in case you guys were wondering, um, that is the reason why we were going to be, or I was going to be canceling the current Skyrim playlist that I'm doing, or was doing, but I ended up breaking it anyways. And the reason why I was planning on canceling is because I'm switching all of my gaming over to that computer, because we're going to basically replace all of its insides that we can with stuff that will make it better for gaming and also watching like videos and stuff like that. But as you can see, there occasionally I will switch off to the monitor